ball and finish it off. But Michigan State is lower part of the conference right now. They're 5-10, tied for 9th. Kathy George has been there for 14 years. She's had some very good teams, but they've never really been the upper echelon of 4 or 5 top teams. But they can be really strong at times. They run a 6-2, so they've got 2 big right sides they like to keep in there for blocking purposes. So it'll be interesting to see. They are ranked 3rd in the conference in blocking. So that's one thing they do stand out in. But overall, the Badgers are much stronger and really doing much better this year.
Now, Wisconsin won in East Lansing earlier this season in 3 sets against the Spartans. They hit 303, while Michigan State hit just 151. And the Badgers have won the last 2 in a row in this series. They lead the all-time series, 51 wins, 27 losses, and 1 tie. So here we go, ready for volleyball back at the UW Fieldhouse. Just 3 more regular season matches left here in Madison. And it starts tonight against the Michigan State Spartans as the Badgers look for the season sweep. Here's Sklar's right to left serve to start things off. Barnes' pass pulls Hilly away from the net. To the left side, there's Molly Haggerty, overpass by Cox, and Wisconsin's offense will go at it. Hilly sets to the right. There's Duello banging off the block, and it's good. Off the block of Cross and Norris on the near side. It's Duello getting things started here tonight.
Yeah, nice swing by Haggerty on the left side the first time. Michigan State dug it directly across the net. Badgers run it at them from the right side, and the left side for Michigan State didn't penetrate and went down her front.
I think there might be a good chance, well, Izzy Ashburn is back behind the service line right now, that maybe she picks up an ace here. She's gone 3 straight matches without an ace, the Badgers' top server. Hard smash by Michigan State. Badgers get a pinball around, and then Dana Redke gets a touch up front on a swing. After that ball just popped up right near the middle of the net. It's good, it's 2-0.
Yeah, it was near center court, but it was about 4 or 5 feet off the net. She did a nice job, no approach, just stood there, drove hard, swung high, and hit it off the top of the block and deep.
Ashburn, 37 aces this season, but has come up empty in 3 straight. There's a pass near the net. It's an overpass. It's dumped down, a 2-hand slam by Redke, and it's 3-0 the Badgers.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's an ace in the books, but it's truly an ace.
Yeah, it's a positive serve for sure.
Yeah.
And that's one thing when you look at the stat, the box score afterwards, they don't.
You don't get credit for that normally.
Yeah, no, you don't see that. It's a hidden stat. And that one got pinballed off Jamie Cox, and a down ball sent over. That was lucky it didn't drop down for an ace. Hilly left side over to Molly Haggerty. Sharp cross court, and it just froze. Cox, the defender in the left back, she had no chance.
Well, yeah, Cox was one who passed the ball, like you said. She had to sprawl forward. She played it with her platform, forearms to face to up. So you can do that, double contact in one effort, but really was a good serve.
Here's Ashburn again, back to serve left to right for the Badgers. A float serve. Pass rolls way off to the left. It's chased down by Sklar and a bump set to the near side. A swing by the Spartans and a dig by the Badgers. Over to the left. Here's Haggerty on her approach. Got another one. She tags Cox on the left back, right on that Big Ten logo. In the backcourt of Michigan State, it's 5-0 the Badgers.
Just when you think Haggerty can't go any sharper cross court, she does it again, and the Michigan State blocker just passed her up a little bit, and she took advantage of it.
She's having an outstanding redshirt junior campaign as Molly Haggerty, coming off a season-best 24 kills in the 4-set victory over Minnesota. That one back right at Cox. Now the set from Sklar goes to the left. There's a swing by Norris, and it's dug out by Wisconsin deep. Left side over to Molly Haggerty. Again, same cut shot. Molly is feeling it. How are you going to stop that? It goes off Cox and libero, and it forces a timeout.
Well, that time the Michigan State middle blocker started running to her left. She was, following Ricky to the slide, and there was just a one-on-one on the outside, and it was just an easy kill for Haggerty.
It's kind of like another advantage of having having Redke on your team, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. She's such a threat that middle blockers have to pay attention to where she's going, because if you don't get going fast, and early, you're not going to get there at all. But if you guess wrong, you're really in trouble if they go the other way. And Wisconsin just has such a balanced offense that Hilly does a nice job of knowing where she kind of sees that middle blocker shifting, and she goes the opposite direction.
All right, we'll take a break. Be back after this. It's a timeout. 6-0 Wisconsin. You're listening to Wisconsin Badger Volleyball. John Audius and Pete Waite with you as Michigan State runs its offense after the Badgers serve. Norris from the right side goes cross court. Ashburn stops it. Slide attack. Redke, she got blocked. 6-0 run is done to start this first set as Michigan State records a block.
Yeah, nice job by that time by the left side, Johnson. Big blocker out there, 6'4" against Redke's 6'8", and she got her that time.
6-1 lead for the Wisconsin Badgers as Norris serves to the left back. Barnes delivers the pass, a nice touch pass. They go to Redke. She goes off the block. No, she goes wide. Goes wide down the near sideline, and it's 6-2.
Yeah, Michigan State's kind of moving their big block around. Sometimes they follow Ricky, sometimes they go out on Haggerty. They're just trying to play some games out there.
Now Norris again, right in front of her own bench she stands as she runs up toward that far side corner, right hand over. Clark sprawls out on serve receive, high bump set goes to Haggerty, hangs in the air and gets it to the back middle for a kill. Molly Haggerty showing her change of direction, I guess, on her shot attempts there.
Yeah, a little bit of an off-speed chop shot. She just kind of took something off it, snapped it to the center court, and Michigan State was kind of shifting and rotating to the right corner, so that middle back was open.
It's 7-2 Wisconsin in this opening set. Haggerty short serve. Cox comes up to field it, and it goes off the net and down. An ace from Haggerty as she struts back to serve again.
That was a great serve because she starts 15 feet past the end line, and she dropped it right on the 10-foot line for Michigan State. Really tough to pass.
15th ace this season for Molly Haggerty, who led the Badgers with 34 aces last season. So go to the right back. It's popped up front. Sklar back sets right side. That's cross, and Aspirin with a perfect stop. Setter dump by Hilly, and it's picked up by the Spartans. Now over to the near side. A hard swing by Edmonds. Pushed back, and now it's tapped over by Michigan State. Wisconsin gets the bump set to the left side, and Loberg got blocked by the Spartans defense. Second block for MSU in this first set.
That was actually a great set by Haggerty in the back row. It had been tipped on the line by Michigan State. She had shifted to the right side. She was on her knees, bump set it to the outside, and great. Got a good swing out there. Loberg just got blocked.
Here's Jamie Cox back to serve. Ribeiro for MSU sends one right at Clark. Pass way off to the right. Dodge and Hilly collide to save it out of bounds. They do to the end line, and a free ball delivered by Aspirin. Michigan State attacks from the right side. Count it. Spartans get the kill on the right side by Molly Johnson, and it's 8-4.
Yeah, that was probably the best swing Michigan State has taken so far, and this time Recchi didn't get over to her left fast enough and seal that block, and she pounded it down.
Cox, after a good serve, is back there again. 19 aces this season for the Spartans. Directed up front on the pass by Clark. The right side attack got a touch up front from Dana. No, it didn't. No touch up front. It goes long from Redke. Redke a little off target here early on.
Yeah, she was hoping for a touch, but that ball had no spin on it, and it didn't budge at all as it sailed out, past the end line.
That's 3 errors off 5 swings from Redke. Very uncharacteristic for her. Cox delivers a fastball at Clark. Pass goes up front, slide. Here's Redke. Did she get the touch that time? Yes, she did. She goes wide, but it's touched up front at the net. So that's 3 kills, 3 errors, 6 swings.
Again, Hilly is really good at going back to somebody, going back to a hitter after they've made an error, just to get them back in the game right away, not let them think about it all, give them confidence, and she did just that.
Redke had 4 service errors at Minnesota on Thursday night. This time delivers a good one, but the setter dump works by Elena Sklar, the 6'1 sophomore. Caught it near the net and just set it over near the 10-foot line on the Badgers side.
Yeah, that was a really good one. She just 2 hands set it across, and the middle blocker's Hart that time had her hands low, and she was kind of paying attention to her hitters and not watching the setter.
Here's Audrey Alford, another setter for the Spartans club, to Dodge. Nice high pass delivered to Hilly over on the right side. Punch deep and down. A power alley shot there by Danielle Hart. The redshirt sophomore for Wisconsin averages just about 1.7 kills per set this year.
Yeah, nice slide attack there. She went deep cross court on it with a lot of good power on it.
So it's a 10-6 Wisconsin start here in the first set. Badgers open up with the first 6 points of the opening set. Cox on serve receive, fields it. They set it up near side tap with the left hand by the Spartans. Now it's put back over by the Badgers. Left side, Schwartz got it. That's Lauren Schwartz, the 6'5 redshirt junior. Didn't see her much in East Lansing, but she gets one here. It's 10-7.
And she's a 6'5" lefty coming. She took that swing on the left side there, and just a little tough for the Badgers to handle, and she went cross court with it in front of Clark.
She had a team high 10 kills and hit 296 in the last match against Nebraska for Michigan State. An ace by the Spartans, counted by McLean. She aces Dodge in the back row.
For the way the game started, it certainly has changed. Michigan State has gotten their mojo going, and they're playing some good ball.
Outscoring the Badgers 8-4 after that 6-0 start. Spartans down by 2. Pushed forward on serve receive by Loberg. Back set right side. Tap down the line. Pancake save by Cox, and a free ball shoved over. Here's Hilly. Right side. Here's Dwello. She'll try a hard shot. There's a call and a net violation. The whistle stops play. Net violation against Michigan State gives Wisconsin that point.
Yeah, nice swing. Nice solid swing by Dwello. There's a middle blocker didn't show up, and it was a one-on-one. She went cross court. Right back dug it, but Michigan State in the net.
So it's an 11-8 Wisconsin lead as Lauren Barnes is back to serve for the 14-1 Wisconsin Badgers, ranked 7th in the country, atop the Big Ten standings. Here's Barnes. Delivers one deep. It's shoved off the hands of McLean. They pick it up anyway. A shot from the left. Badgers have it tight at the dig at the net. Tapped in the middle by Hart. Michigan State grabs it to the left side. Tooling the block. It's good by Karnowski. 6'2 junior on the outside. Bangs it off the block. It's 11-9.
Yeah, initially the fans were kind of complaining about Michigan State's ball handling on the first contact, but you're able to really chuck it up there, and it was a double contact, but that's legal.
2-point lead for the Badgers. Here's the serve right to left by Norris. Badgers get it to Hart, pushed back and covered. Wisconsin tries the left pin. Here's Haggerty, touches the top of the blocker's hands down at the motion W. It's good for Haggerty. It's 12-9. And Molly has now 5 kills, 7 swings, no errors.
Yeah, she's just got all kinds of shots. She's been mostly cross court today, but she kind of went high at the middle blocker's hands, and it fell, like you said, center court.
Here's Tiffany Clark. Toss in the air, down the right sideline of MSU. Spinning pass goes up front. The set goes to the far side of the court. A swing with the left hand by Swartz. Pushed back now to the left side. It's good. It's good by Karnowski again, and it's 12-9.
And the Badger block got a nice deflection on that, but it wasn't quite high enough. Clark really sprinted from middle back to the right corner to try to get it, but couldn't quite get her hands on it.
All right, now Elena Sklar back to serve. 33 aces paced Michigan State last year. 12-10 Badgers lead in the first. Serve receive. Clark guides it up front to Hilly in the middle to Retke. Pushed back. It popped up by Wisconsin after a pancake save. Hard smash by Haggerty. Stopped by Cox. Left side Karnowski. Pushed down by the Badgers defense. It's point to the Badgers. It's 13-10. And wondering if we'll see a challenge. No, Kathy George does not leave her seat. She will not challenge.
Yeah, nice scrappy play by the Badgers. It looked like it was on the ground, and they got it back up, and then nice block, double block by Retke and Duello.
We do have one final in Big Ten volleyball. Ohio State wins in 4 against Indiana. Of course, the Buckeyes, the only team to beat the Badgers. Pass way off to the right after the serve, and a free ball to Wisconsin. Asperin's tight pass. Haley grabs it, sets to Haggerty, and she got blocked. A block solo by Karnowski on the outside is the first hitting error for Haggerty tonight.
Yeah, really, I thought Haley could have dumped that one down, but she did hold the middle blocker there, so she, did what she should. Got the one-on-one for Haggerty, but Karnowski is big on the right side there, and she penetrated well and got Haggerty in straight down on the block. Michigan
State third in the conference, as you mentioned earlier, 2.7 blocks per set as a team. Here's Norris. Right hand to the left back. It's right at Barnes. Hilly chases down the pass, goes to Retke, has to reach for it, goes deep and dug. In the middle, cross, got it off Clark. Big, powerful right hand in the center of the net. And the Badgers' lead is down to 1 point.
That was a perfect decision by Michigan State running the quick offense, because actually Retke ran the slide and stayed on the right side blocking. That left Hilly in the middle, and she couldn't handle that quick attack coming at her.
Badgers led by as many as 6. That was the first 6 points of the match. Barnes, bad pass in the middle. Retke, she got blocked. Oh man, Dana Retke off with 3 kills, 4 hitting errors, 9 swings.
Well, Michigan State's serving tougher. The Badgers are having trouble passing the ball, and so they're having trouble with their offense, making it much easier for the blockers. But Michigan State definitely gets their hands across the net really well.
Timeout by Wisconsin here. We're tied midway through the first set.
And sailed it long.
There's Haggerty. Could very well be the Big Ten player of the week with her performance against Minnesota. Left side, Cabangeli smashes one down the near sideline out. Oh no, it's in.
A really nice shot down the line. Hilly thought it was, or Aspirin thought it was out. The block just gave her a little too much line, but she put a deep line right in the corner.
Cabangeli, the freshman, 2-time Big Ten freshman of the week, and it's 15-14. Here's Jamie Cox. Freshman for MSU goes to Loberg, who steps in front of Clark on serve receive. Swing in the middle, stuffed back by Hilly, and now it's played by Cabangeli. Roll shot, standing flat-footed, pushed back by Retke. Again, Cabangeli. This time she'll put some power behind it. Cross court for a kill, 15-15.
Yeah, nice job by Hilly, first of all. In the overpass, she turned and blocked it from the center court position, and then she got back over to the right side. But Cabangeli, like you said, went out against a double block and high cross court deep for the kill.
Now start with Loberg stepping in front of Clark on serve receive. This time Clark, a nice little touch pass again up to Hilly. Left side, there's Loberg, no touch and long. She clubs it out of bounds, and now Michigan State leads it by 1.
It's a really nice set by Hilly. She was center court, but moving forward. She kind of leaned backwards, showing that she was going to go back on the slide, but then she flicked it forwards. Might have surprised Loberg out there a little bit. It was such a good deceptive set.
Clark's pass finds Hilly over to the left side. There's a smash off Jamie Cox, and it's good. It's good for Grace Loberg as that dig went off to the left and down to the floor. 16-16.
Yeah, great set by Hilly that time, and she got pulled out past probably 12, 13 foot line and just solids, ball, no spin to the outside for Loberg, and she crushed it.
Stops a 3-0 Spartans run. We're tied here past the midway point of the first. Redkey's serve has Michigan State out of system. Here's a swing right into the net, and it's hitting error from Johnson, and it's a point to Wisconsin.
Yeah, ill-advised attempt to jump and hit that ball by Michigan State, but again, the Redkey serve had him out of system and really in trouble.
Wisconsin now leads by 1 after back-to-back points. Redkey tossed into the air. Right hand dart, pick to the back row. Sklar sets it up. Left side, Cabangeli winds up through the block. Touched by Aspern. Chased down past the end line by Dodge. Back in play and a backwards bump 3 ball by the Badgers. Here comes MSU. Right side slam, looking for a touch. Johnson, did she get it? Yes, she did. Got the touch up front. Point. Or wait, no.
Well, the line judge called it, but the Badgers are taking the ball as
okay.
well.
Redkey went to grab a ball,
yeah.
and so did Michigan State's player Alford.
Yeah.
Now Redkey realizes, nope, we didn't get that one. 17-17. Here's Alford's serve for MSU. There's Dodge on serve receive. Hilly chases it down, sets it left side. Roll shot, Loberg flying in there with the save is Cox. Right side, swing, blocked by Wisconsin.
Yeah, that was Loberg. That whole block, just straight on her hands and just put it down center court. Really nice job, because really Hart had not made it all the way over there to close the block, and she got her.
Basically Swartz versus Loberg, and Loberg got it. 18-17 Wisconsin. First set, Hilly bangs it to the far side corner with the serve. Set to the middle, reaching and tapping up and over everyone, and down is Monks. Monks just kept that right arm straight up into the air and just kind of flicked it down.
She did. It kind of sat in her hand for a little bit before she put it down, so Hart was on her way down already.
18-18. Battle here in the first set between the Spartans and the Badgers. Loberg left back serve receive. Right side slide down the line. A bullet by Hart. Sends Cox backpedaling to the court, but she picked it up. Near side swing is good to the near side corner. Count it from Norris. Their leading attacker this season at under 3%.
Really nice shot again down the line, and I think the Badgers are expecting to go more cross court because they're giving up that line a little bit, and that's 2. Each of the outside hitters has hit a nice one down the line.
The serve goes at Dodge. The pass finds Hilly. The slide attack to Hart. The tap, and it's covered by MSU. Now Norris winds up on one. There's the dig by Tiffany Clark in the back row. Left side Loberg, powerful shot. Was there a touch? Yes, there was. And it's a point to the Badgers.
Yeah, good swing by Loberg. Really high and hard and went 5 feet deep off the court, cross court. So Michigan State could not get that ball.
Tied at 19 now in the first set. The Badgers are hitting 207 as a team. Michigan State is hitting 250. Here's Barnes. Right hand to the right sideline of MSU. Here's the set from Alford. Here's the swing by Norris, and she got it from the left pin to the back row of the Badgers. 20-19 late in the first. Michigan State needs 5 more.
Pretty fast set to the outside that time by Michigan State, and Wisconsin was not able to close the block, and she found the seam, put it down.
Here's Emma Monks back to serve. Just grazes the top of the net, but Barnes handles it with a perfect pass. Left side, there's a slam. Get it to Molly Haggerty, and she'll take care of the rest. 6th kill tonight from Molly. We're tied at 20.
Yeah, she clobbered that one. Again, the block didn't quite make it out there, but she just hit it mostly down the line and hit it hard.
Here's Clark. Touches to the deep corner. Pass guided up front from Cox. Left side flying in there. The swing was Michigan State. Badgers dig it out. Tap on the right side by Dwella. Pancake save by Cox. Now Norris winds up and tags the far sideline for a kill. Sharp cross court. 21-20 MSU.
Some great scrappy defense by Michigan State. That's the second pancake they've had they've gotten up, and then the middle blocker popped it up to the outside, bump set it out. Nice swing by Norris on the outside.
Here comes Michigan State back to serve. It's Sklar. With the right hand, right at Barnes from her knees, spins it up front, right side, down the line, good for Redke. Redke with an absolute torching shot down the near sideline, 21 each.
A perfect pass by Barnes. She made a tough serve look easy, and then Hilly again, nice fast set to the back side for the slide by Redke, and she pounded it down.
And the Badgers, Izzy Ashburn rotates back to serve, tied at 21. Each team needing 4 points at this moment in the first set to take a 1-0 lead in the match. Sklar back sets right side. Norris long, no touch up front, and Wisconsin has a 1-point advantage.
The Michigan State setter got a little fancy on that one. She got pulled forward pretty far, and she was at the 10-foot line, but tried to throw it back, but it was off the net a little bit, and Norris got underneath it.
Here's Izzy. Right hand to the far corner, back pedaling pass up front. Here's Norris swinging, got the block, tool shot, good.
Yeah, nice swing by Norris. She normally swings from the left side, but she took that one on the right side, and nice tool off of Haggerty's hands and out of bounds.
Michigan State's hitting .250 with 9 kills and 3 errors. The Badgers, 13 kills. I don't know if these stats are updated, and hitting .207 still, so yeah. I think we're having some issues with the stats page. Here's the serve by Norris to the far side corner. Chased down to the back row. The bump set goes to Molly, and it's dug out by Cabangeli. They set it back to her, and a double contact call by Sklar, one of the 2 setters on this Michigan State 6-2 offense, and the Badgers lead it by 1, 23-22. And Haggerty will go back to serve. Badgers needed 2 more. Take a 1-0 lead. Here's Cox serve receive. Sklar sets it up. Cabangeli leaps into the air and goes long. And it's set point now for the Badgers.
I'll tell you, this is where it was critical at 21-21, and the Badgers have just surged forward, and Michigan State has made a few mistakes.
Timeout here with the Badgers at set point. Keep you updated, that is, on scores from around Big Ten volleyball. I mentioned one of those teams chasing Wisconsin in the standings is Nebraska, and the number 6 Huskers are home to face Iowa. Later in that first set, it's now 17-17 between Nebraska and Iowa. Another 2-loss team, of course, is the Minnesota Gophers. Gophers fell to the Badgers on Thursday night, and they come back to win the first set. Haggerty serve to the back row. Norris serve receive. Throws it up front. Right side attack good by Johnson. Off the Badger block of Loberg and Redke, and now it's just a 1-point lead.
That was a great swing by Michigan State on the right side there. Again, tooled it off Loberg's left hand and out of bounds. Badgers can't dig that one.
Here's Cox back to serve. Set point number 2 now for the Cardinal in white. So lean into that one. Line drive pass. Hilly has to pull it back up with the bump set. Tight cut shot by Loberg. Overpass slammed down by Dana Redke. And the Badgers capture the first set over MSU.
Yeah, way to finish it off there. Redke, the overpass coming from Michigan State took care of that well. 2-point win on that one. But again, Michigan State made a game of it. We never expected that the way the set started.
Says enough of this. I'll terminate with the right hand. And Haggerty makes it 1-0. Very interesting volley to start off this first set.
Yeah, that was a good long one. And really neither team was really in system enough to take a big swing at it. And at the end, though, Haggerty did, and she finished it off.
Here's Clark again back to serve. Badgers win that long back and forth. Splart over to Johnson. Touches the block. It's good. Splart to Johnson, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, Johnson's doing pretty well. 4 kills, 1 error right now. She just kind of went off the high seam, and it landed about the 4-foot line right behind the block.
Wisconsin won the opening set by 2, 25-23. Here's Norris. Here's Barnes. Swings it up front. Set to the near pin. Down the line and wide by Haggerty.
Everything was perfect about that play. Just got that swing, went a little wide. And pass was perfect by Barnes. Great set to the outside. Motion, 1-on-1. She just over-rotated on it a little bit.
And you got it to your left side, who's hitting 452 tonight, and who hit, what, against Minnesota, 400. So not a bad choice either. And that one goes into the net. So it's a 2-2 score after the Michigan State service error. Here's Ashburn. Here's Izzy. Clark's line drive pass in the middle. It's tapped by Cross to the left front, but right there with the stop is Wisconsin. Then Dana Redke got blocked, or did she? Yes, she did.
Yeah, they got it probably hit right on the line down there because Redke thought it was out, but line just definitely said it was in, and there's no challenge.
3-2, Michigan State. There's Cox, there's Barnes in the near side corner, back row set. There's a off-speed shot by Haggerty from the left. Now Michigan State goes to Johnson. There's Clark with the dig. High bump set Barnes coming up for Haggerty. Winds into the block, push back. Wisconsin covers. Here's Haggerty, winds in through the block. Stopped by Cox. It's near the net. It goes off the net, and it bounces down near center court as Dana Redke was about to play it, but wasn't quite sure if it was going to land on which side of the net. It bounced right on the top and bounced over Redke and down.
She totally misjudged that, and the Michigan State setter kind of faked going up and blocking it, but she was back row, so she couldn't. So maybe Redke thought that a joust was coming, but that rarely happens where Redke lets one come down the front on an overpass.
And Wisconsin gets a point right back after an unforced error by MSU into the net. Service error by Cox. It's 4-3, MSU in the second.
And that's their second service error in this set, so that's really up to Badgers. Just stay in there, stay close.
Here's Molly. Off the top of the net, it's going to be popped around and played by MSU. Lucky that didn't drop for the Spartans. Left side, Loberg will take care of it, though. Left side attack by Grace Loberg. The third kill for her tonight. It's 4-4.
Yeah, good job by Michigan State just keeping that ball in play, but they gave the Badgers an easy free ball, and really Hilly was, middle front and front row. She held the middle blocker well.
Haggerty floats it long. And out of bounds from the right hand of Molly Haggerty, 5-4.
Yeah, that one got away from Haggerty a little bit, just put a little too much on it and went probably 10 feet long.
Audrey Alford, 11 aces this season. Is back to serve for MSU. Pounds it at Clark, pass to the right. Now the swing on the right side, and Redke got blocked again. That's 6 kills and 6 hitting errors for Dana Redke.
Kevin Gelly on the left side for Michigan State really penetrates early and far across the net and really gave Redke nowhere to go. And what kind of stat line have we ever seen for Redke like this? 6 kills, 6 errors.
Yeah, it's
at
strange.
This point.
It's really strange to see. She's hitting 0. She's a career over 400 hitter. Here's Wisconsin putting Shanahan into the front row. Pushed over by MSU, free ball, they'll run it inside, set on the left side for Loberg, a tap and a back over to the Badgers. Now Loberg swings off speed, and it's redirected, second ball. Clark with the fantastic save at the 10-foot line, and then a hard smash off the block, rattling down to the court from Loberg. It's a 6-5 score, and the Badgers trail by 1.
Great diving play by Clark just to keep that in play, probably at the 6-8 foot line. She got to really come a long way for that one.
And now back to serve for Wisconsin is Nicole Shanahan. Shanahan into the net. Shanahan had a couple of aces against MSU and East Lansing, and now she'll return back to the bench.
Yeah, that's a tough thing for subs. You just never know when you're going to go in, and Wisconsin took Redke out just to let her look from the sideline a little bit because she's really making some errors tonight and block more than she normally does.
Here's McLean, sends one at Dodge. Decent pass up front, left side, cut shot Loberg, overpass. Wisconsin goes to Loberg again. She'll tap on the right front, and it's popped up by the MSU defense. Now a swing going to the far corner, and it's out of bounds by Swartz. Point to the Badgers.
Yeah, that was just about 6 inches deep out of bounds. She went for that cross-court shot, but nice play for the Badgers, just letting that one go.
7-6 MSU in the second. Wisconsin won the first, 25-23. Here's the jump float serve by Hilly. Pass pulls MSU out of system. Left side Norris rattles it around, and it's good. And he got blocked off the Badgers into the pin. And 10 up there on the left.
Yeah, she hammered it off Duello's hands and out of bounds.
Michigan State looking pretty good here tonight in Madison. Up by 2 now in the second. Still early. Dodge serve receive. Funnels it up front. Loberg left side, got blocked. That is number 7 tonight by the Spartans. They had all of 5 blocks against Wisconsin back in East Lansing in 3.
Yeah, Hilly got pushed forward. She had to run hard at that ball. and she pushed it a little long for Loberg out there, and the block was waiting right on the line.
Now Michigan State +3 in the second here. Overall score. Right side slide. Hart got it. Wide slide for Hart, and she hammers it. 9-7.
Yeah, it's only Hart's 7th attempt. She's got 2 kills and no errors, so she's doing well, but they're just not getting her the ball yet. They've been going mostly to Haggerty when they're next to each other in the front row.
Hart had 7 kills and hit .375 at Jennison Fieldhouse earlier this year. Here's Barnes with the team down by 2 in the second. Floats it deep, backpedaling pass, goes up front. Here's the set. Alford goes to the near side. That's Swartz, dug out by the Badgers. Left side, here's Haggerty. Sharp cross court, but Norris stops it. Bumps that back to Norris. She'll leap into the air from the 10-foot line and go long. Big broad jump there by Meredith Norris. She actually was a state qualifier in the high jump in high school. You could see her athletic ability on that shot that goes long.
Yeah, that was a tough set coming, a bump set coming from over her right shoulder. Really tough for her to hit.
9-8. Wisconsin down by a point. Serve receive. Michigan State, good pass up front. Hanging in the air. Swartz overpass by the Badgers, and it works. It drops down. Hilly gets credit for it, and the crowd enjoys that one.
A big kill. You love those. And really, Hilly was just trying to save her face, getting her hands up with a hard hit ball coming right at her, but she sent it to the far deep cross-court corner of Michigan State for the kill.
And once again, funny how the stats don't really show what happened there, but Badgers will take it, and that one by Barnes gets the top of the net, kind of spins up into the air and drops down on the Badgers side.
Well, they did give Hilly credit for that kill.
Yes.
They gave it to her, so that's good.
The dig kill, right?
I'm sure she'll check the stats later and say, make sure I got that kill.
Make sure I got that one, yeah. I mean, that's what someone like Emmy Dodge wants to do at least once a year. Right? I think she's done that once a year in her career. Get one of those kills. Duello, just absolutely roofed in the middle by that Michigan State defense. That's usually highly successful.
It is. But, you know, the thing is, this is the second half of the Big Ten play. All the Big Ten teams have seen that. They know she likes it. They haven't been going to Hart very much, and that's a higher percentage shot for the Badgers, so they just roofed her.
Sklar to Clark. Perfect pass, right side. Duello took something off of it. Cross court, but it's dug out. High bump set to the bench. Chasing it down is Norris as she runs into the padding. Point to the Badgers, 11-10 now. Michigan State's lead is at 1. Clark again back to serve with the Badgers up 1-0 in the match. Down by 1 here in the second. Right hand serve to the left back. Sklar's pass goes right to the middle of the net. Here's a swing by Norris. There's a stop by the Badgers. High bump set. Clark to Haggerty hanging in the air. Off! Pucks and good into the stands. So Haggerty supplies the 8th kill from her spot tonight.
Yeah, and again, she didn't blast that one, but it was like an 80% swing, but it was deep cross court, and the libero just dove forward to her left and shanked it out of bounds.
Here's Clark. She'll go back row attacks, pass off to the left, high bump set, and over and out. So good serve there by Tiffany Clark, and it's 12-11.
Yeah, even though it's not an ace, they got her. She got him the point, and an easy one.
And so Wisconsin now has a 1-point lead over the Spartans, and it forces a MSU timeout here at the Fieldhouse. The Badgers up 1-0, up by 1, 12-11 in the second. You're listening to Wisconsin Badger Volleyball. Over Michigan in the second. They're up 1-0 in the match, and Nebraska wins the opening set over Iowa 25-20. So here at the Fieldhouse, the Badgers are hitting 175. Michigan State hitting 204, but Wisconsin's up 1-0 in the match.
Neither are hitting well in this set. 0-4-2 for the Badgers and 0-7-1 for Michigan State.
Wisconsin hit 303 against the Spartans, had 11 errors and 41 kills. They're already at 12 errors in this match, and we're in the second set. Sklar sets it up left side. There's a small poke up and over. It's good from Molly Johnson.
Really good tip, just over the top of Duello's block on the line, maybe 8-foot line. No way Hilly can come up the line and get that one.
Cole Shanahan still in the match for the Badgers. Dana Redke, 6 kills, 6 errors. Watching with her teammates from the bench area. Here's Norris, 12-12 score in the second. Left to right. Scooped up on serve receive by Barnes. They'll set left side. There's Haggerty into the block. It's going to work. Molly took a little bit off of that as she kind of swiped it into the block, popped it into the block, maybe is a better way to describe that.
Yeah, just kind of dribbled through the high seam of the block and down maybe 2-foot line, and none of the 3 Michigan State players that were surrounding could get it.
Here's Izzy again back to serve now. Right hand. Started to take a dive, but Cox is right there, scooping it up. And Cabangeli got blocked. Shanahan right there for the Badgers stopper.
Good for her. Way to come off the bench and get a block there. That was nice. The Badgers needed that one.
14-12, Wisconsin. Huge play by Nicole Shanahan. The 6'2 junior out of Oconomowoc, playing in the middle for the Badgers right now. Ashburn goes at Cox. Guides it up front with the pass. Here's a slide attack by Cross. There's a stop by Clark. Set up, Haggerty takes off. Goes deep cross court, stopped by Cox. Left side, Cabangeli pounds it over the block. It's good, down to the back row. 14-13, Wisconsin's lead is 1 halfway through the second.
That time Cabangeli found the high seam between Shanahan and Hilly and kind of deflected down center court for against the Badgers.
Here's Jamie Cox, 5th in the Big Ten in digs per set. 13 straight matches of 10 or more digs for her. She'll send one deep, backpedaling Barnes. Bad pass off to her right. Clark with the bump set from the end line, all the way to the left pin. She's fired up on that bump set, and Haggerty took care of the rest for Wisconsin.
She's having a great night. 10 kills, 2 errors. And that's not an easy set to hit when the block knows it's coming out to the outside.
16 times this season, that's double figures for Haggerty, and she is heating up for the Badgers. 4th straight match of 10 or more kills. Here's the setup in the center, swiped at by Monk. Wisconsin grabs it, left side, a roll shot by Loberg. Picked up by the Spartans, a right side attack off the block, tool shot, count it from Molly Johnson.
Yeah, good job by Michigan State that time. The ball was dug to the right and went straight up on the set, and she still scored against the double block it was waiting for. Oh.
So it's a 15-14 Wisconsin lead. And it'll be Michigan State back to serve. Just checking to make sure Molly's had 4 straight matches of 10 or more kills. Had 11 against Maryland, Ohio State. She pick up 13. Yeah, so that's 4 straight, counting tonight. Here's Clark on serve, receive, scoops it up front, right side. Oh, Nicole Shanahan is fired up to be out there right now. Big wicked right hand, and it's 16-14, and she rotates back to serve.
She took advantage of her time in the front row there with a block and a kill. Now she's back to serve.
Here's Shanny's serve, shoved up front on serve, receive, right side. Cabangeli tools the block. 16-15, and the Badgers lead. It's down to 1.
It's definitely a back and forth set. Both sides are doing a pretty good job siding out. Nobody's getting any big leads, but this is where it's important, second half of the set.
Here's the setup near side, tap by Loberg, shoved back by the Michigan State defense. Then Hart sends one over deep with 2 hands. Big Hart swing in the middle by Monks. Stopped by the Badgers. Slide attack, Hart pops off the top of the block. 1 hand save by Cox. A high bump set over to the left side. That's Norris. Dug out, Clark bumps into Dodge, but gives it up front. And there's a slide, right side. It's good by Hart. Sharp cross court, right hand. And the Badgers have a 2-point lead.
It's a good job by Hart that time. She got stuck on the right side after running a slide. She just backed straight out, came in with a 2-foot approach, swung to the seam, cross court, and scored. All
right, that's 5 straight. I did the math. 5 straight matches in double figures for Molly Haggerty. Now that I'm done with that, I can focus on what's going on here. 17-15, the Badgers. Here's Hilly. Here's the pass up front. 1 hand set up, poked out, flying in there is Monk. Badgers grab it, left side, Loberg reaching for it. Dug out back row by the Spartans. Alford sends it over, left pin, and it's off of MSU. It's a point to the Badgers. It got blocked off. Wisconsin's blocked down and hit Norris.
That hit her foot as she was trying to land, and nothing she could do about it. She, might have landed out of bounds for the Michigan State score, but it did hit her.
Kathy George takes a timeout with Wisconsin taking a 3-point lead. It's the Badgers 18, MSU 15 in the second set. Wisconsin up 1-0 in this match. Back after this timeout, you're listening to Wisconsin Badger Volleyball. There's a serve by Hilly, overpass back to the Badgers. Right side, Dwello, off-speed shot, it hits the scoreboard. Alford then pops it up on a bump set. Clark with an overpass after a Norris slam. Alford tries the middle, Monk takes care of it in the middle. Monk's the 6'4" freshman.
got some good young players and some height on their team. A couple of 6'3", 6'4" players. So they don't have the 6'8" that Wisconsin has, but they have some others that are good size and very athletic.
18-16, Wisconsin's lead down to 2. There's Monk's serve. And it's going to be a line drive pass to Hart, who popped it up, and a free ball at MSU. Wisconsin lucky. Here's a swing. Cross goes wide. In the middle of the net, sends it to the far sideline, out of bounds.
Now Wisconsin got lucky that time. Maybe Dodge struggled with that first serve, and Badgers had to give a free ball over, but Michigan State tried to run the quick and she kind of swiped it left and out of bounds.
Yeah, Nia Gross, 1.8 kills per set this season, hitting .280. 19-16, the Gross error, and here comes Barnes. That one's long. Service error, Wisconsin, 19-17.
Yeah, Barnes hasn't had her normal stretch of points in the back row at the service line as she usually does. Usually it's good serving combined with good front row play, and just hasn't happened for her yet tonight.
Here's Sklar, one of the 2 setters for MSU. That one had some movement on it to Clark. Guides it up front anyway. Swing in the middle by Duello. Dug out by the Spartans. Here's Norris. Oh, she got roofed by that Badgers defense. Duello and Hart reject the shot, and it's 20-17.
Yeah, good setup by Duello, and I think Hart got her hands on that ball as she tried to go cross court with it.
And Dana Redke returns. Back into the front row for the Badgers. 20-17, Wisconsin, 5 away from a 2-0 lead. Here's Clark. Back row, high bump set by Sklar, and a free ball as it was out of position. Wisconsin has it. Hilly over to the left pin, sets for Haggerty. Hard stuff back in the back row, picked up by Clark, bumps at Haggerty, right side dwell, another hard block back, deep and down by Michigan State's defense at the net. Not letting the Badgers get anything over.
Yeah, on the first block, nice play by Clark, kind of having to jump up with one hand to save it, bring it back in, but then on the right side, swing by the Badgers. Duello got blocked by Michigan State, so nice blocking by Michigan State in that rally.
20-18 now. Wisconsin's lead is down to 2. Here's Norris, jump float. Right there is Barnes. Delivers it up front to Healy, left side. Taking it off is Molly Haggerty. Down the line with a hammer. 21-18.
Yeah, it was a tight set, and I'm not sure why Michigan State, they just didn't set up well. They should have been right on top of that ball, but they gave her the line a little bit, and that's all she needed.
Leaping into the air from the 10-foot line is Haggerty as she lands right near the net. That serve goes to Cox back row, high bump set. Here comes the swing by Cabangeli. Was it touched? No, it was not. Hitting error, Cabangeli, point Wisconsin.
Yeah, Kathy George can tell that the Michigan State's fading just a little bit here, and she's talking to her team. She's thinking about a timeout, but it looks like she's holding off.
22-18. Here's the whistle to serve. Here's Duello. George still standing near the sideline. Cox with the line drive pass. Gross sets it over to Cabangeli. Badgers stop it in the back row. Here's a left side attack. Down the line with Haggerty. Right there was Michigan State. Norris. Attack back row. Did not clear the net. Did not clear the net. Point Wisconsin. 23-18, and now the Badgers have a little bit of a comfortable lead here late in the second.
Yeah, it's starting to loosen up here a little bit. It's a 5-point lead. Michigan State struggling. They made some errors here.
Here's the serve by Duello, and it's going to be an ace as the pass goes up and hits the pin near the first referee.
It was a tight set until 18-18, then suddenly the Badgers pulled away, and that's how you should do it.
3-0 run, make it a 4-0 run by the Badgers. Here's the set to the center. Gross got it. Touches the block up front, and it drops down near the end line. It's the second set point upcoming for the Badgers. 24-19. Fans on their feet here in Madison. The Badgers are searching for their 15th conference win of the season. Top team in the Big Ten, Wisconsin, taking on a 5-win Michigan State team. Pass goes to Hilly, slide goes to Redke. Powerful shot off the blocker's hands as it drops down to the backcourt for a kill. And Wisconsin kicks it into second gear late and wins it 25-19.
Recchi feels good to finish that set off with a kill because she did struggle. She's now got 7 kills, 6 errors. She sat out a couple rotations in the front row. Shanahan did a nice job coming in, but now Recchi, hopefully she'll get her game back on track.
And the Badgers to Hilly up front after the opening serve. Left side attack is down from Molly Haggerty, popping it off a defender. It's 1-0 in the third set. Nebraska also up 1-0 on the Iowa Hawkeyes, and tied at 16 in set 2. All right, so here we go. Here is Izzy Ashburn's serve. Back row at the Spartans. Chased down on the pass. Near side tip by MSU. The Badgers grab it. There's Redke with a hard pound. Sklar with the dig. Bump set to the near side. Wind up. Hard shot there by Karnowski. Badgers stop it though. There's a right side attack by Redke cross court, and a double contact called on the set from Molly Johnson, the middle blocker. It's 2-0.
Yeah, that's why they usually let the libero take that. Or she probably should just bump set that ball to the outside.
2-0 start for the Badgers here in the third. Here's Ashburn. Sends it just long. Service error by Izzy.
Yeah, that was dropping just, you know, maybe 6-8 inches long, but it dropped a little late.
Now Jamie Cox back to serve for MSU. There's Cox, right hand, goes to Barnes, backpedaling pass finds Healy. There's Radke with a hard smash and a kill. Dana Radke takes care of the rest.
Definitely looks intentional that Healy is setting Radke right now to get her going again, get her feel good about her game.
That's 8 kills now from Dana. Here's Haggerty. Serves down the right sideline. MSU out of system with the bump set, near side, and then the net swing is no good by Karnowski.
Haggerty's really changing up her serve, you know, from short to the right to long to short to the left, just throwing Michigan State off.
This time she'll go right at Jamie Cox on the right back, and it drops down in front of her for an ace.
I did a nosedive. You could just tell it got to the 10-foot line and just dropped severely down in front of the passers.
It's 2 aces for Haggerty to go along with her match-high 12 kills. 5th straight match she's gone for double figures for the Badgers. Here's the set to the right side for MSU, a tap. Badgers' second ball by Healy. It's dug out by Michigan State. Karnowski goes up over the double block at the net. Now the Badgers go to Loberg in the middle. She pounds it off Norris, and it goes into the stands near side.
Yeah, the Badgers are off to the same kind of start they had in the first set, so we'll see if they can continue this and keep a big point spread against Michigan State.
6-1 start for the Badgers in the third, trying for a sweep tonight and a 15-1 start in Big Ten play with 2 weekends remaining after here tonight. Here's the set. Sklar, right side swing into the block by MSU's Johnson, push back, and then a free ball goes long from Michigan State. Timeout, MSU. 7-1 start for the Badgers here in the third set. And Kathy George and the Spartans take a timeout. Wisconsin up 2-zip in the match. Back after this. You're listening to Wisconsin Badger Volleyball. Start for the Badgers in the third set. A 5-0 run by Wisconsin, led by Molly Haggerty's 12 kills and 400 hitting percentage. Dana Redke has 8.
And Michigan State really hasn't even taken one aggressive swing at the ball. They just, all the passes have been average and the sets have been off the net. Easy for the Badgers. 2
aces tonight for Haggerty. Goes at Cox. Here's a tap in the middle by MSU, and it's good by Monks.
That was an interesting tip from the middle blocker. Just kind of caught Loberg just up in the upper body. I think she lost it in the lights or something because she seemed kind of surprised by it and just kind of fell to the floor.
So Michigan State will serve. It'll be Audrey Alford. Goes at Clark, spins it to Hilly, right side slide. Oretke pops off the block. She got one. 9 kills, 6 errors tonight. Oretke's, what is that, 3 for her last 3, I think.
Yeah, much better third set. She's feeling good about things now.
8-2, Wisconsin. Here's Dana. Floats one at Clark, or Cox rather. Near side swing is by Swartz, and a net violation against Wisconsin. And Michigan State down 8-3 in the third.
Yeah, it looks like Hart could have caught that one, just kind of a little overzealous on the reach across the net.
Here's McLean to serve. 12 matches with at least 1 ace, and that one's off to the left. It's saved by Loberg, and that'll be 13 matches with at least 1 ace for McLean.
Yeah, that must have floated Emi Dodge's left a little bit. She kind of Thought she was right on the spot, but she kind of shanked it to the left then.
Here's McLean again. Right-handed Clark. It's a line drive pass. It's an overpass by Healy. It's dunked down by MSU. The serving right now of McLean, the difference.
And this is kind of how the first set went. The Badgers got up 6-1, and then Michigan State started coming back, and now they're down by 3. We'll see if they continue that, if the Badgers can pull away again.
Here's McLean. Right hand targets Dodge. Bump set from Hilly to the left. There's Loberg. It was the touched up front. It was long. It was out. And it's an 8-7 score.
I was just going to say, I don't want to jinx anything, but we haven't had a challenge here. And Sheffield's, yep, there it goes.
So Kelly breaks out the challenge card, Coach Sheffield, and 8-6 right now is what the score. And challenging whether or not there was a touch there at the net. Shot went long, hard to tell.
Yeah, that angle for that camera was pretty far away.
Done looking at it. So they must have a definitive look right away. Otherwise, they wouldn't take so long. Point Michigan State. Wow. So they must have had a clear view that there was no touch.
Must have been well above the block.
You know, the thing, too, not to get too nerdy or technical with video, but it's very hard to tell a touch at the net, especially with the net cameras that they have. You need a really high quality, high frame rate camera. Here's Hilly, back set, Hart down the line, stopped by Cox. Bringing it back into play was Cabangeli. Free ball to Wisconsin. Here's the slide. There's the swing down the near sideline from Hart. Hart hammer makes it 9-6. Wisconsin in the third set. What I was going to say is that frame rate, what happens sometimes at the net is it's whether or not the frame rate is capturing the ball at the right moment. Right. You might have one frame where it's about to touch a hand, and the next frame it might be past the hand. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's a flip of the coin whether or not that next frame rate is going to be at the fingers or past the fingers sometimes.
True.
Free ball to Michigan State. Spartans crush it in the middle by Monks. Head hunting right there, looking for Clark in the back row. 9-7.
Yeah, when Michigan State can get it to the center court, she's not afraid to go to the middles, and they've scored at a pretty high percentage when they do it.
But then, of course, here's the other thing. If you get a higher quality frame rate camera, Monks with the serve, Clark with the pass, Hilly with the set, run into the pin is Hart. Hard smash, over, pass, kill. Count it for Alford. So Hilly got one, and Alford gets one from Michigan State tonight.
I don't know the last time I can tell you I've seen that happen twice in a match.
Yeah. It happens very rarely.
Yeah.
Once a year.
Yeah, once a year, once every couple months,
yeah.
Maybe for one team, but twice in the same match.
Yeah, Monks with a service error. Okay, not to dwell on the cameras too much once again, but the problem then with getting a higher frame rate camera so you don't get what I was talking about is then the system that you use also has to be able to use that data. And I don't know if that's actually the case either right now. So
yeah,
kind of like trying to plug in a HD feed to a non-HD TV. Here's the left side. Cabangeli smash cross court is good. 10-9 your score.
Cabangeli, for a freshman, doing a really nice job on the outside there. You know, kill-wise, she's like 5 kills, 4 errors tonight, but the ones she has scored on, great shots and very athletic, so I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of her the next few years.
Third set here with Wisconsin up 2-0 in this match. Here's the serve right to left by the Spartans. Wisconsin attacks to the left pin. There's Haggerty going up and over the block, and it's dug out. Spartans bump set. Cabangeli waits, hesitates, goes cross court, and there's Clark with the dig. Left side, there's a tap by Haggerty. It's going to go off the block. It's going to drop down to the court. Molly got another one, number 13 tonight, and it's 11-9 in the third.
That was really a perfect tip. She kind of teased the blockers. They were on their way down. She got some fingertips off the top of them, so it didn't go far enough for the right back to get it, but came right between the two blockers and down.
And now Clark is back to serve with the Badgers, up by 2. Clark goes out of bounds wide to the far sideline.
Yeah, the Badgers are playing well, but it's certainly not a perfect match for them. Everything's just a little bit off, and Michigan State's playing well enough to hang in there. Here we are. They're at 10-11, and they were down 1-6.
Yeah, kind of similar to what we saw in that first set when the Badgers scored the first 6 points of the match. And now Norris. Right hand, cross-court serve to the right back. Hilly pulled away from the net at the Clark pass. Left side Haggerty, but it's dug out by the Spartans. Tapped up into the air. There's a swing by Kronowski into the Bucky block, and it's stopped, pushed back by Wisconsin's defense. And the Badgers gain another point. It's 12-10, Wisconsin in the third.
Yeah, that was tough for Kronowski. She made the play to come into the court a few feet to play it and then get to the outside, kind of a quick set going out to her. And that was kind of tough for her at pretty tall player, 6'2", to get up off the ground and get to hit that ball.
That is 6 blocks now for the Badgers here tonight. Sklar sets in the middle. Gross with one off Ashburn. Redirected. Pinball around. Haggerty sends it over on a free ball. Right side attack. Good. Inbounds by Johnson. 6'4" sophomore pounds one deep.
Yeah, some really exciting defensive plays by the Badgers. They're just scrapping to keep it in play at all. But then the second time around, nice swing on the right side by Michigan State to score.
(12-11) Wisconsin in the third. Here's Cox back to serve. Right hand rocket out of bounds. Just past the end line as Barnes watched it sail long. 13-11 the Badgers.
Yeah, but really good job by Barnes and Clark to really hustle back to the end line, look at it, make sure they knew it was going to go out, and then they called it out, let it go.
Here's Haggerty. Floats it long, so she returns the favor. 13-12. Wisconsin right now hitting .226 in this match. Michigan State hitting .169. Badgers having a much better third set, but still only have a 1 point lead. 13-12. Here's the serve, right hand by MSU. Pass guided up front, a perfect one from Clark to Hilly. Left side, down the line. That's Loberg, but it's stopped by MSU. Waiting for it, Kronowski into the block. Popped back up by the Badgers defense. Now Wisconsin goes to Loberg, far side of the court. Taps it deep, it's gonna go over, it's gonna go out. Wisconsin started celebrating as that ball was sailing wide before it even touched the floor. 14-12.
Yeah, Norris came out of the right back position. She had rotated from the middle back, and it looked like she had that ball fairly easily, but it's kind of spazzed, kind of a spaz play on that, and shanked it out of bounds.
Here's Redke. Right hand slap, back row, played by the Spartans. Up front to the right, there's a tap. Kronowski down at the 10-foot line.
Yeah, Kronowski mistimed her jump on the right side, but it worked out perfectly for her. The block was coming down. She had enough to hang up there and tip it over the block and score.
All right, so MSU back to serve. It's Kronowski. Our team down by a point here in this set. Here comes Wisconsin out of system. A tap by Danielle Hart. And the Spartans play it, and they play it good. Touched up front at the net.
Yeah, another good quick set. Didn't pound it down, but hit it high off Hart's hands and deep off the court.
Kronowski walks up to the end line. Right hand toss, dodge, overpass, slap down off the block. A Hilly in the middle by Monks. And now Michigan State has a 1 point lead.
This is mirroring the first set as far as the Badgers up, 6-1, and then Michigan State comes back. Now we're tied in the middle. We'll see how it goes to finish.
Kronowski bangs into the net. Service error. That'll tie it up at 15. Midway through the third set, Wisconsin trying for a sweep tonight, but it's not going to come easy. So here's Hilly back to serve. The Badgers have recorded 3 aces tonight. 2 of them from Haggerty. The other by the Badgers. See out of system. That Hilly serve. Shoved over by Michigan State to the right side. There's Duello. Cross court. Off the defender, high into the air. Chased down out of bounds, right sideline. Brought back in play. Norris with a swing deep. Badgers play it. Left side. Loberg with the tap. And it's covered by Norris. Now, here's a Schwartz tap into the Bucky block. No good. Not right now. Loberg and Hart say no thank you. 16-15.
Yeah, Schwartz was on her way down that one. The ball was set just directly over her left shoulder and pretty tough to get to, but she just totally mistimed her jump and had nothing on it by the time she threw it to the Badger block.
Wisconsin by a point. Here's Hilly's serve to the back middle. Michigan State runs its offense to the middle. Tap by Norris. A right-hand save by Hilly as she dives into the front court. There's Duello from the right. It's a dig by Michigan State. Schwartz pounds into the block again, and it's the same result. Another Bucky block, 17-15.
Well, first great scrappy play by Hilly coming down the line to get a tip. But then nice block by Loberg on the right side of Michigan State, and that's good momentum shift. Still only a 2-point lead, but they needed that.
Yeah, Wisconsin up by 2 in the third. Timeout. Kathy George and the Spartans. Back after this. You're listening to Wisconsin Badger Volleyball. 17-15 the Badgers in the third. And tonight's match is presented by Qualline Fence and also brought to you in part by Smart Motors, Oak Bank. On a 3-0 scoring run, up 2 sets to none in this match. And the Badgers have taken a 2-point lead, but Michigan State's been tough tonight.
They have. They haven't just laid down and given up, that's for sure. They fought back every time.
Here's Hilly serving back row. Shanked pass. It's going to drop down. An ace for Hilly. There you go, Sid. Yeah. 78 assists against Minnesota and 2 aces against the Gophers. So he gets an ace here tonight.
You can't ask for anything more out of a timeout than your server to come out and get an ace for you.
29 assists for Hilly this evening. 4 digs, a block, and an ace. And a 3-point Badgers lead. Jump floats it to Cox, pops it up front with a pass. Swing, hard one by Monks, push back, a joust, pushed over by Michigan State. Saved by Clark, and it's going to be outside the antenna.
Nice block initially by Hart, though, on the quick set. She slowed things down enough, but once it got going, then, like you said, the Badgers couldn't quite get it back in play.
4-0 run is done by Wisconsin. Here's the serve to Dodge, line drive pass, and then Duello skies up in the middle and clubs it down for the Badgers. Kill 19-16, the Badgers trying to cruise to a 3-set win.
Yeah, Hilly did a nice job, a couple things. Sprinted from the back row to the net, got there, and there was a line drive pass. Handled it really well, just set the 2 balls to Duello, and she had a nice kill.
Here's Barnes to serve with the Badgers up by 3, getting later and later. That was long. Another service error by Wisconsin. That's number 8 tonight. They had 13 service errors against the Gophers in 4 sets.
Yeah, you know, it's so strange and just how it always goes. You can be really hot and you think everybody's on their serve, and suddenly one night it's kind of off, and then another night some are on, some are off. That's how it is.
Talking to Brittany Dildine on Point Wisconsin, the Badger podcast this week. Here's Clark serve receive, bump set Hilly to the left pin, push back and out. Deep and out by the Michigan State defense. Count it for Haggerty. 20-17 Wisconsin. She said that what they look at serving is they want 90% of your serves in from each player. That's kind of the stat they value.
Yep.
Forget about the service errors. Just get 90% of them in.
Make the other team play. You know, if you're serving them out, your automatic point these days also obviously in rally scoring.
3-point lead for Wisconsin. Late third. Clark serve. Sklar sets. Cabangeli got blocked. Oh, Wisconsin's defense has come to life here in the third set. Redkey part of that one on the outside, 21-17.
Again, mirroring the first set. I mean, they were tight halfway through. Wisconsin's pulling away now.
Here's Clark back to serve with Wisconsin needing 4 more for the sweep. Right hand to the far sideline. Sklar sets in the middle. Cross with a vicious kill off Hilly, rather, in the back row.
Yeah, they haven't gone to her much. That's only her 9th attempt of the night. And so, really, Badgers weren't expecting that much at all.
All right, so Michigan State's freshman Cabangeli back to serve. Her brother plays in the NBA with the Clippers, drafted by the Clippers. Woo. Her father, Dikembe Mutombo. I'm sorry, her uncle, Dikembe Mutombo, rather. Longtime NBA center. That one goes long by Cabangeli, 22-18. And Sarah Dodd comes in to serve. The first action for Dodd this season. The 5'4" senior had knee surgery, injured her knee during the offseason. Now she's in to serve, gets the first one over. Here comes Michigan State, Gross in the middle, played by the Badgers. Left side, Molly swipes it down the line and wide. So Sarah Dodd checks into the match for Wisconsin. She'll stay in too.
That's got to feel good for her. I'm sure she's excited to be out there.
Last season played in 39 sets, and now they were hoping to get her ready for senior night. She's ahead of schedule. Barnes, high pass to Hilly on serve receive. Slide, Redkey terminates. And the Badgers grab another point late. 23-19, now 2 away from the sweep.
Yeah, great pass by Barnes that time. She got pushed back to the end line, just put it high center court. Really easy for Hilly to make decisions on.
And now Haggerty back to serve. Floats one at Cox. Great pass, though, in the middle. Poked at by Monks. The Badgers scrambling in a free ball back to MSU. Sklar, left side, approach. Swing, Karnowski, another Wisconsin block. The 5th of this set, and it's brought us to match point.
Yeah, that set was low and tight inside, and she just couldn't get to the ball. Badgers were all over it.
Haggerty on match point in the 3rd. Cox high pass up front. Sklar sets it over left side. Karnowski pushed back and covered by Cox. Michigan State attacks, this time to the right side. Snappler is down by Johnson. Cross court good, 24-20. 2nd match point upcoming for Wisconsin.
Yeah, Johnson's had a good night. That's her 8th kill, just 1 error, hitting over 400.
And now Johnson, the sophomore out of Ann Arbor, playing for Michigan State to serve. Right hand over, Dodd serve receive, bump set Clark, left side, Loberg for the match. It's off one defender, it's chased down past the end line, a backwards bump, free ball to Wisconsin. Hilly sets it up, right side slide, Redke goes wide with a big time right fist down the line. 24-21, 3rd match point upcoming now for Wisconsin.
Badgers have a few chances to get this match point. We'll see how they do.
Fans still on their feet here. Sold out UW Fieldhouse on the Saturday night. The serve goes at Clark. Pass off to the right. Redke with the bump set. Over to the left pin. There's Loberg. And it's long. And it's 24-22. And it's a timeout by the Badgers.
Redke was kind of forced to set that ball. It kind of the pass got shot right at her, and Hilly was behind her. So she bump set it to the outside. Actually really high, nice location, and just sailed long and deep.
Well, tonight's
by Loberg.
Yeah, tonight's match is brought.
This is where it gets a little nervous for the crowd and the coaching staff, because they figured they'd be done and singing varsity by now, and suddenly Michigan State has stayed alive, and Wisconsin just has to pass one good ball, take a good swing for the point and the win.
It's one of those short timeouts where with almost a minute to go in the timeout, Kelly Sheffield sent his team back onto the floor. And we still got 40 seconds of this timeout. Wisconsin is suffering, they're trying to absorb a 3-0 run rather at the hands of Michigan State right now, late in the 3rd. Wisconsin won the first by 2, the second 25-19, and once again, trying to hold off a late rally here by MSU. Just like we said in the first, it was a good start in the 1st and 3rds. Kind of a decent lead. Michigan State comes back, and now
it turned out the same, right?
Yeah, interesting at the end here.
So far.
All right. So here we go. It'll be MSU to serve again. Johnson to serve. 4th match point for the Badgers. This match 90 minutes old here in Madison tonight. Right hand just grazes the net. Oh, Haggerty popped it up on serve receive. Here's Loberg sending an easy one back row at the Spartans. Michigan State goes to the left. Karnowski touches the block. Haggerty swings it up front. Hilly sets Loberg for the match. Bounces it to the floor. There it is. 4th match point. Golden there for Wisconsin. And the Badgers win their 15th conference match after a sweep of Michigan State.
Yeah, really nice strong swing by Loberg on the outside, and that, kind of a long rally there, went back and forth.